Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Situational Awareness. I'm your host, Mark. I play Glebnor, and I'm joined, as always, by the Chaos crew.
Rich playing Theo.
Hart playing Toluga.
Ryan playing everyone else.
Dun, dun, dun!
The boys are at it again. They can't stop converting.
Rolled so low on all those.
Don't worry, we're going to get more. We'll get more on the way out.
Yeah.
Especially now that we know that Krezik the Usurper.
I know.
Yeah,
And
well.
I guess, Rick, you don't know yet.
I don't know anything. I'm busy fucking doing side deals with
Busy trying to
Stanley
date
Chandler.
Joe Lieb.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because we're going to get the Allfathers in with us.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah. I mean, this was like a nice, just like fun kind of. It was nice having our little Endor party, you know?
Yeah, the Endor wedding.
Yeah. Endor wedding. Maybe an Endor wedding. It's fine.
I don't know if I'm married, right?
It's undecided, I suppose.
I like that it's canon now that Yarno was not only working on ovens, but also refrigeration.
Hey, he supplied the entire town with, utensils and equipment for eating. Oh yeah, you can make like a freeze mech. That'd be sick.
What is a refrigerator if not a cold oven?
That's
Reverse oven.
well, we got a new name for it, fellas.
Yeah, that was a fucking real fun one.
Yeah.
We got some cool little magic items from the Barstock Demon. I can't say no to you guys just monster hunting all of my monsters. So made sense.
Toy Soldier's great.
I think, yeah.
Hilarious.
It's gonna fuck you so hard at some point.
I know. You've got like an interesting build already, and I was like, I can't keep throwing like more weapons at you because it's making every turn so confusing. So I was like, I'm gonna start giving Glebno some more shenanigan items. I think that's kind of your lane, really.
Oh yeah.
And I thought like the idea of a little wooden Theo was just really funny.
I fucking love it.
For the wooden brass knuckles you kind of got. There's a magic item called Insignia of the Claws. That's essentially what this item is. But yeah, it's +1 on arm strikes and damage.
Perfect for a monk.
And we got you a cool little amulet, Theo, that will kind of glow if you get within a certain radius of some demons.
I like that.
Well, I think it also lets you cast Detect Good and Evil.
Yeah, once a day.
Yeah, once a day. So figure that would probably be pretty helpful as you go to a land full of demon lords.
Detect Evil, it just lights up like a Christmas tree.
Yeah, it's like a rave armband just going off. Yeah, but I mean, obviously the juiciest little bit of info from this last session is that Krezik was not always the god of storms. Spooky.
Yeah. Way to drop that bombshell.
Yeah, I was like, I'm so used to, I love ending on a cliffhanger. And I was like, where do I cliffhanger them on this one? Ooh, I'll put it here.
Yeah, I was waiting for the cliffhanger and it wasn't happening. And then you said that and I was like, he's gonna.
I thought she was like, I kind of ratted you out anyway. I'm like,
No.
oh, you son of a bitch.
Well, I figured if she ratted us out, that was where he was going. Like, he was going to be like, so they're on their way.
So
We gotta go to Marriott now.
it feels to me like he just detoured us to Jaegeron.
So, I mean, the way I was like, I'll be totally upfront. My original plan for this arc was going to end with Nancy informing the Stormcallers that you were here and them sending troops here. But you guys role-played the absolute fuck out of this arc. So I had to kind of change strategy a little bit. I mean, there was always going to be a big confrontation with Ivy. That was going to be the end boss fight, sort of. But if things had gone differently, like if things had gone south with the Stonegrippers, there was a chance that, like, Urshon could have shown up again, and
We could take him.
100%.
I mean, I love the confidence, but it could have gone like, it would have been a much more crazy, dark kind of ending to this arc. The thing that ended up making me decide not to do it is I don't want it to be that the end of every arc you fight off against the Stormcallers in a giant battle. It felt like we've already done it twice. I got to spread them out a little bit more.
I mean, they are like the main evil thing.
Yeah. And I think that because we've done a lot more kind of building on Urshon as being this villain in this arc, it would feel a little too much to just throw him right back at you.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd be able to dissuade you guys from trying to take him on right now.
Oh, God,
No way.
No.
Based on what Theo just found out, it's like there was no way to be like, and yeah, he leaves or something.
He kidnapped someone else's brother.
I had like, I mean, there's obviously a lot of ways for them to escape if the fight looked like it was going badly. All of those Stormcaller clerics do have like lots of teleportation spells and ways to like get away, but we're not ready that. I don't think we're ready for the Urshan confrontation yet. So I put it off a little bit. I'm sorry for all the Urshan fans at home, which I believe is just our social media manager, Sam, who's like, he's so hot. He has to come back soon. And I'm like, it's not ready. He choked a guy once. Settle down. So unfortunately, you'll not be seeing Urshan for a little bit, folks. But that was another thing that's been kind of going on in the background of the world building is we do know that like Jaegeron is fighting the Stormcallers right now. And now you know they might be winning. So
under the leadership of one Ellie Justice, which makes perfect sense now that we know she's a demigod.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see.
Does she know that?
I mean, that's another big question kind of hanging in the air. Did the Man in Black offer this to Ellie at any point?
Yeah, that's what I've been thinking.
And if not, why?
If not, why? And if so, why she possibly turned it down?
Mm-hmm. It's hard to tell. Did she become the leader of this artificer city through some kind of god magic or some other way? You know, there's a
lot of questions.
A lot of questions.
If I roll around here, you're on. I might be taking charge over there. Nuke technology.
Yeah, I mean, they are the most
He knows how
technological.
to make rocks blow up.
Do they?
Probably.
Not the way I do.
I also really like, to me, I thought that one of my favorite things about coming up with Jaegeron is how defiant of a city you have to be fighting a god of storms and your capital is in the clouds. It's such a fuck you. It's like, no, we're up here too.
Look at me. Look at me.
Yeah,
this is
we're
my sky now.
Right here. Yeah. So I thought it was like a nice kind of way to be like, yeah, Jaegeron doesn't fuck around. They're coming at the fucking Stormcallers hard. And it also made sense to me that we've already established that they're trying to spread their influence and get more followers. But now they're being forced to call all their followers back, which I thought would put Nancine in a bad spot.
Yeah.
Sounds like he doesn't know how to manage a war over there.
Mm-hmm. Maybe.
Not like some fish, handsome fish. You know?
So yeah, I thought that'd be a nice little setup
Recently
going into.
married handsome fish.
We don't know that. Sorry, Toluga doesn't know that. He was shoved out a door and thinks that Ivy hates him a little bit.
Classic wife. Get out of here.
Yeah, go hang out with your idiot friends. I got to redecorate this fucking city. Yeah, I mean, I thought it was funny. You guys, thank you for letting me cut the fucking bullywugs loose, because there's a part of me that was like, I hope they don't try to take the bullywugs with them.
I knew you didn't want to keep doing that. And
Thank
I was
you
like,
so
all right,
much.
stay here and fix the city.
If they came with us, I would have shot one.
Yeah, I think that's
the
part of the
blaster
reason
log.
why I do. I'm like, Theo's going to kill one if James is going to get.
But
I
yeah,
can't be getting my gun jammed every fight. It's very annoying. It'll lose a lot of damage that way.
spell slot's sick. Yeah, I think we come up with that a little while ago. I thought it was just such a funny idea that every time they get a spell slot, it's because they're taking something away from Theo.
It makes sense. But
Yeah.
I like Big T being the warden of the swamp, too.
Yeah, it was kind of already sort of his role as like a guardian there, but him kind of keeping all the bullywugs in line and spreading the message, I thought was fun.
Yeah.
And well, you know,
Can,
who knows? Tydago may come back stronger.
Can we check in on someone?
Gort?
Bouncicles.
Bouncicles.
How's he doing down there?
You get a promotion?
And while we're checking
is
in
he
on
head
him,
of security?
how's Doreen?
How are the spiders down there? How's Frick and his training?
He's the tip of the spear, baby.
He is the tip of the spear.
Yeah, but
Did
we
he
don't-
get his necklace yet?
Okay, let's do a cut to the Underdark. You can see that Slubeldrip has almost been turned into like a military-style camp. There are these Underdark dwarves that are watching over all the fish folk as they learn the basics of combat. They all have these like coral shields and these little short swords, and they're practicing their strokes. And I will say, you could see Bouncicles is like, Frick, you have to plant your feet. You're floundering. Excuse the pun.
I don't want to do this. Why am I the tip?
We'll cut away. So I listen to the Short Rest. We're not called Short Rest. I didn't steal this from NADPOD. Don't worry about it. That's right. Listen to the Situational Awareness for the extra features and background information.
Nice cover. Right?
Thank you. Yeah. I mean, things are going well down there. I will say the spiders down there are growing at a pretty good rate. They're feeding them well.
Okay.
You know, you don't have
growing faster than Luga.
Not faster than Luga. You don't have an army yet, but it's looking good.
Good bones.
It's only been a couple weeks, so you know they're still kind of working out the kinks of going from like catfish fishermen to
fighting force,
a fighting force of spider riders.
All right, well they'll get there.
Hey, listen, by the time you need an army, I think you might have an army. That's all I'm saying.
Bouncicles is doing well, though.
Bouncicles is doing great.
How's Doreen? How's business?
Doreen is just sitting at the bar, and she's just like, kind of like wiping down a table. Just like, Bouncicles is late. His shift should have been 10 minutes ago. He's been, he used to be my best employee. She yells out in the street.
Nobody's asked her an annoying question in days.
Yeah, probably. You guys have way too many NPCs.
I love them. I love them all.
I'm putting too many in each arc, so now that's really starting to compound on me. I also love that you guys have such incredible faith in Gort that you think that he can somehow break into like a supermax prison and
he's the Shadow.
Break out, potentially like their highest like
what?
The highest security clearance.
I didn't.
First of all, hold on.
I just want him to
scout. Scout. Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Theoretically, Goffin has some kind of security clearance.
Yes.
Once he's in the imprisonment of Gort in his merry band of rogues, they'll have said credentials.
And Gort's a master of making disguises and IDs.
Yep.
I just had an idea. I do like the idea of Warden Goffin.
And he has to go into the prison to kidnap
the
him.
warden of the Windmere prison.
Yep.
All right, we're getting the one shot ready, folks. Don't worry. It's in the works. We're starting to tinker with it. Yeah.
I mean, Goffin's brother was a pretty well established.
Yeah, he was a soldier
He's
in
a
the ranks.
fairly high level.
No, he's just a soldier.
He was a soldier, but maybe Goffin's the better brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
That's why he wasn't sent on a...
Wasn't Goffin what's his face's brother?
Yeah, we're talking about the brother.
The satyr douche.
No.
Dragonborn.
The Dragonborn.
Dragonborn.
Yeah.
Oh, he was just a guy.
Yeah, he was just a guy. Yeah.
Well, Goffin's his parents love him more.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's very successful
He didn't
in
get
the
sent
religion.
off to the front lines.
Exactly.
Yeah. Again, when I was kind of plotting the early stuff for this arc, I was like, oh, maybe the Stormcallers sent them back to check on the missing party of people that got killed. But I figure with a war going on, and they knew that Theo had kind of cleaned out, you guys had all kind of like killed all the Stormcallers down in the Underdark and everything. I don't think they would have sent like a full troop move. They're not going to like send Urshan from the front lines against Yeoran back to the south to figure out what happened to like 10 guys. So
No way.
yeah, I couldn't justify it. So sorry if everyone wants to see Urshan again. He's just so high level, so we've got to wait a little bit. Boy hits like a truck. But and also, there is a part of me, as high level as he is, that is genuinely afraid of you guys when you really put your mind to something. And I didn't want to lose a big bad in Arc 3. So, like, if you had known, maybe you would have set like a crazy trap or
Let's
like
just make like 4 nukes.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
100-foot deep pit.
We just plant a bunch of landmines.
Yeah, so I didn't
Or a
want to
pit
give you the.
with landmines in the bottom.
I feel like if I gave you guys even a day to plan something like that, there's a very good chance you could have taken out an incredibly high level character. So
I mean, in 30 seconds, I did 91 damage with 5 grenades.
Out of control. Out of control. So yeah, but yeah, this was a fun episode.
Yeah.
We're gearing up to the penultimate episode. Or actually, the next episode will be the finale of Arc 3. Sadly. I mean, it's been a very, very fun arc. I've had a lot of fun in Brandini.
Me too. I'm going to miss it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Hey, Listen,
Mad Max land.
yeah, everyone
The war moves on.
Go home and watch Furiosa before you start Arc 4 because it's heavily inspired. I've been wanting to do a like giant hellscape with like, you know, motorcycles and machines and all that stuff for like the longest time.
Bleed Bleed Boys ride eternal.
I do really like in actual D&D lore how like the 9 Hells is basically Mad Max. It's just like dudes fighting over soul coins on like huge hell machines. So
Soul coins, gas.
We
What's the
might want to
difference?
leave Lance at Brandini then, because I don't want him to get run over by a truck.
Theo's charging in on a sheep. This guy's got a monster truck.
Lance is like a moose, then the truck's going to take more than Lance.
Wait a minute.
that is true. If that's how that works.
Wait a minute.
But he is already a sheep, goat, ram.
Yeah,
What if Taluga uses his giant potion on Lance?
I don't have a giant push.
What did we get from what's his name that had
A hill giant strength.
It makes you jacked, doesn't make you huge. And it would only last X amount of time anyway. But
Yeah, minimum's like 1 hour.
I mean, you can use Lance to get out there and then maybe park him somewhere if it feels, you know, safe to do.
Then we can't take Poppy then.
Yeah, Poppy's got to stay.
Well, yeah, I want to keep Poppy safe. I figure
She's been through enough.
I figure
Yeah.
the triplets will take care of Poppy.
Yeah. A warm stable, I think, is probably what she deserves.
Leave him with Joe Lieb. I don't trust Stagley.
It's fair. Stagley might sell her.
For gambling money.
That's his problem, not mine.
I know. Create an addiction, get out of town. Easy peasy.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. We can figure out what we do with Lance. I just think leaving Lance here for now would probably be better, just because I don't want anything to happen to him.
Plus,
or
Lance
Poppy.
is technically a run-of-the-mill farm sheep.
Yeah,
But he has flame decals on him.
he
I
does.
know, but
That means he goes faster than you.
he could be like trained.
Oh,
better?
we could.
Yeah.
What's it called? Because we're setting up the whole network between the Underdark dwarves and them. We can have them bring Poppy and Lance down to train under Bouncicles.
True.
Oh, hell yeah. Bouncicles rides in on a ram in the final battle.
Hell yeah.
You could also use a bunch of those charges to awaken Lance if you want, I guess.
Could.
Those staff charges, you have to roll for them after you, like, basically, they're fully loaded the first time you use it. And then every day you have to roll so many charges you get back.
I am full because I spent the one and I rolled back to get the one.
Perfect. Cool. So, yeah, I'm pretty excited for the
Turning
next
into
arc.
a 60-foot tree was only one charge.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I mean, because all it does is it's
just a tree.
Just makes a cool tray. Yeah.
All right. Well, you know.
I mean, it is I would love to see at the end of this campaign somehow a rebuilt Titagal with a big magic tree in the middle. That'd be cool as hell.
The mech's half eaten.
Yeah, that's true. The mech is missing a whole chunk of his face. Oh, yeah, that was another big thing that happened this episode.
Yeah, we got Geo,
Yeah.
dude.
You got a little Geo dude with legs.
Yeah.
He's like I guess we skipped Graveler and we're right to Gollum, I guess.
Yeah.
But,
What's his head look like? Or is it like middle head and then arms on the side?
That's what I was envisioning, like
Yeah,
a ball with arms and legs coming out of it.
yeah, pretty much.
Like Graveler.
Yeah,
So like
exactly.
a cannonball
Yeah.
because he ate so
Golem.
much metal.
Yeah, so I think there's definitely like shiny chunks of metal mixed into his body now, and his right hand just has like really nice silver nails. Really dumb, but I'm like we're like almost 40 episodes in. I can give you guys a little Graveler. Right? Like that's not that big of a deal. You have so many other stupid constructs. How is this really going to fuck me too bad? I don't think.
I mean, he's basically.
Does he still fit in the bag?
Yeah, it's a big bag.
He sorts stuff in the bag. That's
Yeah.
basically all he really does.
Yeah, he's our stockroom boy.
Yeah.
The bag is so heavy now.
Yeah, DeLuca just dragging it off his hip.
He's a 300-pound fucking rock golem in there.
I gotta find out what stab block I'm gonna use for him. If you guys ever need to do anything with him, I feel like a stone golem's like too high level.
Give him that library
that's a
bot stat
challenge.
block because he's just a stockroom boy.
But that's true. I give you like the
Biblioteca thing.
Yeah,
Well, that thing hit hard though.
it did psychic damage. Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess.
We could
I'll
just
find
say
something.
It's like, what, force? Not force, but like
Bludgeoning?
damage
Yeah.
instead.
If I can't find one that fits, I'll just make like a little thing for
Yeah.
you. But
Stockroom golem.
yeah,
He's super good at sorting.
It's Cobbler, the keeper of the tacos.
now that he has hands, he'll be a lot better at sorting. Before you had to just nudge things into place.
Look at him go.
He was very good at it before. He'll be
Yeah.
amazing at it now.
Yeah, I'm pretty pumped for next episode though, because we got some lore, folks.
What's the situation like when we call the king? He doesn't know we're calling.
No.
So he could be doing literally anything.
Yep.
Because I feel like it would be super helpful to have like a tribunal with him when we call.
I could give him a heads up.
Hey, I'm calling back in 20 minutes. Get the gang together.
Pretty
Like,
much.
Yeah, like
the
a-
Poo Poo Pleens,
Yeah.
Kiki, like all the important
A
figureheads.
giant war council.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, I dig that.
And then I get to laugh at them because I waged a 4-person siege and succeeded.
What have
And
you
they all-
done?
They all thought I was an idiot.
Mommy doesn't think you're an idiot.
No, but the rest did.
They just had reasonable doubts because, you know,
I have yet to fail leading a charge.
that's true. Well, I mean, we're going to find out a lot next episode. I think next episode might be a little bit of a longer one, maybe a juicy final role play adventure to end out this arc. Mark, would you please take us out?
Hey, thanks for listening, everybody. You know what to do. Rate it, review it, subscribe it. Interact with us on the internet, I suppose. Tell us what you hate.
It sounds so lame every time we say
People
it.
love to hate.
Talk to me, please.
Love me. We visited the house. Keep it dicey.
This has been a Business Shark production.